Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is doing well. Today we're going to be creating 3 looks, as you saw by the title, for the holidays. Products and timestamps are going to be listed down below as usual, so let's just get started. For the first look, I'm going in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer and applying this all over my face. Then I'm going in with my favorite concealer. This is the RMS Beauty Uncover Up Concealer, and I'm applying a very thin layer under my eyes just to cover up any darkness that I have. For my base, I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drops and the Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to mix these two for a very smooth, flawless, glowy base. I'm going in with this Kosas concealer and I'm just dotting it everywhere where I need a little bit more coverage and a little bit more brightness. I'm applying a very thin layer of this. And I'm just doing some light baking here with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. This is in the shade 3. And then I'm also going to be taking the same Charlotte Tilbury powder, but in the shade Deep to contour. I just really love the shade of this powder and also how smooth the consistency is. I just think that it's a perfect match for my skin tone. Going in with another Charlotte Tilbury favorite of mine. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Cheek to Chic Intense version of this blush. For my brows, I'm using the Instant Lift Brow Pencil by e.l.f. and I'm also going to be setting this with the e.l.f. Wow Brow in the shade Neutral Brown. I'm going to show you guys how I do this once for this tutorial because for the other 2 tutorials, I have the exact same brows on. And this is pretty much my everyday brow routine. I'm going in with the Smashbox Always On Cream Shadow in the shade Amber just for a nice light base on my eyelids before we go in with the winged liner. I'm taking that same Charlotte Tilbury powder in the shade Deep and I'm just going to contour the eyes just to give it a little bit of dimension and depth. Next, I'm diving into this beautiful rose quartz palette from Huda Beauty and I'm going to pick up the shade Joy. It's a very nice iridescent pink color and I'm going to be applying a light layer, like a nice light wash all over the eyelids. So for the hard part here, which is the wing, I'm going to be using the Inglot AMC Gel Eyeliner in the shade Black. I'm going to be working my way from the outer corners inwards. That's just how I find it to be the most easiest for me. And I'm working in gentle, small strokes. You want to make sure that you are working in smaller portions rather than drawing one big line because you can make a mistake and then it's going to get really messy and it's going to be harder to clean it up. So for my bottom lash line, I'm taking a angled brush and I'm taking the shade Aura from the same palette and I'm going to be applying that just from the outer corners halfway to the center. For my falsies, I'm going to be using this one by Velour and it's in the style No Drama. And then I'm taking my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. For highlighter, I'm using the good old Becca Champagne Pop Cream Highlighter. For the blush, I'm using the Patrick Ta blush in She's a Doll. This is going to give my skin a more brighter, youthful flush just to give it that nice wintry, you know, you've been out in the cold type of cheeks. For my lips here, I'm using the Morphe Scarlet Lip Liner. For my lips, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Matte X formula. This is in the shade Trust Me, and then I'm going to be applying the NYX Extreme Shine Lip Cream in the shade Absolute Red, my 2 favorite combinations for a beautiful red lip. And that is the first look complete. I've already prepped my skin here and I'm going in with the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. This is in the shade 17, but I've also mixed a little bit of shade 23 just because it was a little too light, and I'm just applying a very thin layer all over my face. For concealer, I'm going back in with my RMS Beauty Uncover Up Concealer. What else is new? I absolutely love this concealer, my favorite concealer of all time. For my highlighter, I am using the Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow. This is in the shade Cosmic Rose, and I'm applying this just on the tops of my cheeks, and my skin looks so radiant, so healthy, and so juicy. I highly recommend you guys try this product out. You will not be disappointed. I'm setting under the eyes with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. Now to add some color back into the face, I'm using the Sephora Micro Smooth Multitasking Baked Face Palette and just bronzing up the usual places. For my all-over lid color, I'm going to be using this Kaja Moon Crystal Sparkling Eye Pigment in the shade Tiger's Eye. I just don't know why many people don't talk about it. This is such a beautiful shade. As you can see, it just gives that beautiful, lovely bronze sparkle. It's just gorgeous. And here I'm just taking some of that bronzer and going over the edges of the eyeshadow. And then I'm going to be taking this highlighter shade from the palette and I'm going to be applying that to the inner corners of my eyes. And then I'm going in with the shade Energized from the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, and I'm going to be applying this just to the center to give it that nice pop and for it to really shine through and make my eyes bright and twinkly. I'm applying a little bit of brown eyeliner just to the outer edges of the top lash line. I'm going to just smudge this out. And I'll be doing the same to the bottom lash line, just making sure that I stop just before the inner corner. I'm not taking this all the way in. I'm going in with the Bite Beauty Upswing Mascara. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous formula, but my eyelashes just don't stay curled. Otherwise, it's volumizing, it's lengthening. If they came out with a waterproof version, this would be absolute perfection. I'm just lining my lips here with the Morphe lip liner in Sweet Tea, just to give it some sort of a outline. Before going in with the Makeup by Mario lipstick in the shade Kristen. It's a beautiful bright berry shade. And then topping it off with this Fenty Cream Gloss Bomb in the shade Bubble Binge. For blush, I actually want it to be a little bit understated because everything is the eyes and the lips here. I'm going in with this one from e.l.f. It's called the Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Cheeky. I'm absolutely loving this lip combo. It is just so glossy, so juicy. I love it. Starting off with the eyes this time, I'm going in with this Nude Sticks Magnetic Matte Liner in the shade Black. And I'm applying this all over my eyelids. I'm not being too precise with it. This is going to get messy. The messier, the better for this one. Once I lay that base down, I'm taking a flat brush and I'm just going to spread the product around and make it as even as possible across the eyelid. Next, I'm going in with the Milani Soft and Sultry palette. And I'm taking the shade Smokin' Hot in After Hours. And I'm going to be applying this as my transition shade. And it's still okay if it looks patchy at this point. It is going to get all covered up with the glitter topper that we're going to be using. For my topper, I'm using the shade Frisky. It is from ColourPop in their Super Shock Shadow line. I don't think they have this shadow anymore, but anything similar like this will do. I do go in with a brush first, but I think this is best applied with your fingers. It'll be a lot more opaque and a lot more product will adhere to your eyelids. Next, I'm taking my NARS Climax palette and I'm going in with the shade Night Rhythm, and I'm applying this just to the center for that nice spotlight effect, again to bring a lot of light and a lot of dimension to the eyes. It just makes it look so sparkly, so glittery, but in a very sophisticated, chic way. I'm jumping onto the face now with the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. I'm in the shade Medium Tan. I'm going to be applying this all over, just a nice light wash all over my face. I've been loving this product as well because it just leaves my skin feeling so nice and refreshed. It just gives a very, very healthy, beautiful glow to the skin. For concealer, I'm going in with the Kosas concealer and I'm just going to be applying it to the usual areas where I require a little bit more coverage and a little bit more brightening. And I'm being very strategic with the application of the concealer. That's why I just go in with a smaller brush to blend it out as well. And I really, really take my time in this process. For highlighter, I'm again going in with the Lisa Eldridge highlighter. I just can't get enough of it. It's gorgeous. Going in with the good old Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to be doing a little bit of mini baking here just to set the areas where I applied the concealer. A really small brush and applying the black liner, and I'm going to be tight lining with this and also applying this on the bottom lash line. And then I'm taking the shade from the palette Smokin' Hot again, and I'm going to be blending the liner out just so that we don't have any harsh lines. And then I'm going to be applying a good 2 to 3 coats of the Essence Lash Princess Falls Effect Mascara. This is in waterproof, and my, oh my, do I love this product. This is what keeps my eyelashes long and curled. I'm bronzing using the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Forever Sunkissed. And since I want the focus to be solely on my eyes, I don't want to go too much with the blush. So I'm using this one by Milani. This is called Romantic Rose. It's a nice soft mauve shade, and it just complements this look entirely. Giving my lips an outline with the Makeup Forever lip liner in the shade 2C. And then I'm filling in my lips here with the Milani matte lipstick in the shade Secret. For the lip topper, I'm using this one from Lisa Eldridge. This is in the shade Beauty. And I'm just going to be dabbing this on with my finger. Finally, some setting spray by Morphe. And that's the final look, guys. And that is all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider subscribing if you are not already a subscriber. Happy holidays, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.